This man uses his tongue to lick the ground, but with just one lick. The man knew that there was a demonic atmosphere here. Then the man turned a circle, in an instant released a yellow magic circle, and within that yellow circle, suddenly the shape of a divine beast appeared in the air. Not only that, such an elf of the sea was difficult to tame but seemed to listen to him very well. Even elves that only live in the mountains are extremely fierce, yet they are extremely friendly with this man. As for this man, he does have an orthodox background because his teacher is the headmaster of Dumbledore. No one is unknown to the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Do you think you're watching Harry Potter? No, it is not. This is a must-see movie before watching Harry Potter. Even our Captain Jack became the #1 villain here. One day, this curly-haired guy saw a leather glove floating in the air, and this glove seems to be leading me somewhere. The curly-haired man hesitated for a moment and grabbed the leather glove. As expected, the glove quickly brought him to the top of an architectural building, and the person standing in front of him was Dumbledore. But looking at his smiling face, he couldn't hide his worry. A smart person like him knew for sure that something must have happened. As expected, he has given you an important task concerning the fate of the entire magical world. It was not long ago that the fearsome dark wizard Grindelwald, who was once imprisoned in a magical dungeon, was preparing to receive his final punishment. But who would have thought that he would cooperate with another witch? On the way to the execution site, they killed all the escorts and escaped from this place. But Grindelwald just got rid of the bondage and immediately embarked on a plan to revive the wizarding civilization. But the first thing he still had to do, he had to find a boy with a hidden dark power in his body. Indeed, it turns out that he wasn't destroyed by the Magician Association in the first place. On the contrary, he became stronger than before. On the other side, the curly-haired guy just got home. He heard a strange noise coming from the room. He opened the door to see a blonde girl playing something with this man. But looking at this man's unusually happy expression, he still felt something was wrong. Sure enough, he knew in his heart that this man had indeed been charmed by the blonde woman. He raised his hand to solve the spell. At that moment the man regained consciousness as usual, and because she was too shy, the blonde woman quickly packed her things and said goodbye to this man. She used teleportation and just disappeared like she never appeared. Can't find her, it can't be. He used recovery magic to know the direction of the woman just now. He also discovered that this seems to have something to do with the quest he had arranged, so he decided to take this bearded man along the path to the magical world. He found a man with a mustache, found a man with a flamboyant expression. Even though he didn't volunteer, he still had to give the fee to him. But then the strange man started the countdown. He just saw the iron bucket on the ground wobbling. Then he dragged the mustache man into the bucket. The two just disappeared. At the same time, a mysterious woman, when no one noticed, she broke through the wall and entered another world, and her eyes were met with an extremely fanciful world. In this fairy tale-like world, there are also dark corners that don't want anyone to know. This woman with a helpless expression is trapped in a large cage. Then came an angry voice of the animal trainer. Next a strange thing happened. This woman angrily leans back. Seeing only her body and skin, suddenly there was a huge transformation, finally turned into a giant snake bigger than a thigh. It was at the moment when the training was gratifying. Who would have thought that the snake would suddenly attack him? And at the same time a large number of bats also escaped from the cage and frantically attacked the people here. This woman saw that everything was not right, so she used teleportation to leave the circus, but couldn't believe it was worse outside. A monster suddenly broke the cage and escaped. This beast with a ferocious appearance has an unusual background. Didn't expect this beast to run outside. The circus owner felt that this place could not stay any longer. There's no other way. He just made the decision to move the circus. But the circus in the magical world is still different. Even the way the circus moves is very different. With the help and coordination of the goblins, even a large circus was cleaned up. Just like that, he was turned around and was put in the car to leave before the surprise of this woman. What remained before her eyes was this screaming beast. Does it look familiar, right? It is the divine beast that was recorded in the book. Seeing such a fierce beast, she didn't know what to do. At a critical moment, curly-haired guy appeared in time. He opened the magic suitcase and stood calmly in front of the beast. "Do you want to fight with eggs?" Facing the beast's oppressive aura, he calmly took out a hydrangea flower made of feathers but did not expect that after the beast saw it, he could reveal such a lovely expression. He saw the time was right and threw the feather ball into the suitcase. As expected, the cute divine beast also jumped into my suitcase. Could it have disappeared again? No way, because wherever this beast goes, the king is there. Even if it's in a suitcase, it won't be affected by anything in it. Under the oppressive spirit of the beast, he only had to fake his death to show his weakness. But no matter what, his understanding of these species isn't that small. He slowly used his magic to remove the chain from its neck, and this movement finally succeeded in taming the divine beast. And it's at this moment some black auras suddenly appear in every nook and cranny of the air and are enveloping everywhere. It turns out that the dark wizard Grindelwald has begun to summon all the wizards around the world, because in order to find the location of their gathering, they relied on the information that Dumbledore provided. Found a wizard of metallurgy over 300 years old. In his crystal ball, this man not only saw the gathering point of the witches, but also saw the blonde woman walking towards it, and he just looked through the glass ball and saw it. This time it's really something very important, and in order to understand clearly the background of the character when he was quietly Glinda's, he and this woman silently went to the headquarters of the magical world, with the purpose of finding related documents, but unexpectedly, the two people just walked in was accidentally caught by his ex-girlfriend, who is a high-ranking official here. The three of them were very shy but didn't lose their politeness and looked at each other. But it was at this moment that the manager here brought 3 magical guardians to appear in front of them, step by step approaching the 3 of them. Due to instinct, one of them started to attack but did not expect that after being attacked they became even more aggressive. The magic guardian got angry and chased after them madly, running out of ways to run. How did that happen? Wait until all the obstacles disappear. On the ground there is only a suitcase that looks very normal. The 5 guards slowly approached the suitcase, then suddenly the curly-haired guy riding a monster appeared again. Right, divine beast appears again. A divine beast with a tail like a rainbow, suddenly appeared out of a suitcase. Just a few small guardians. For divine beasts it's just a trivial matter not worth mentioning. Unexpectedly, the magic guardian rushed in at the same time. Photo of curly hair using a wand using a special dimension. Just saw countless filing cabinets immediately rising from the ground. The divine beast shows off its flexible body, on top of these cabinets where even standing is not available, moving as gently as if it were on the ground. But even so, there were still many guardians that swooped forward and behind, frantically attacking the divine beast. Faced with such a large number of bodyguards, should he give up here? At a critical moment, the divine beast finally unleashed its ultimate move. Only saw its whole body ignited with bright sparks. It was directly sent by the blue-haired man into another dimension. Magical guardian after leaving headquarters in an instant transforms into 3 cute cats, and the divine beast is still the divine beast, just one move through the air. In an instant brought the 3 of them to the front door of the gathering place of the witches, and through the last good collaboration, the beast and the curly-haired guy finally became best friends. But a mighty divine beast before, after seeing this, that lovely expression, has everyone's heart softened, and here the dark wizard Grindelwald has gathered all the wizards in the world. He used magic to show people the future direction of man. It's a world surrounded by war. Resources are exhausted. With the continuous outbreak of nuclear war, it has brought people to annihilation, and for not letting this happened. Grindelwald decides to get rid of all ordinary people. From there, fulfill his purpose of purifying this world. After a few words of speech, the witches went to battle one by one, going to every corner of this world, prepare to begin the plan that has been started before. The dark wizard Grindelwald has finally begun to show his true power. He used the wand in his hand. In an instant a blue flame surrounded him, and only those who were loyal to him will escape the judgment of this fire. This spooky flame instantly everyone in the magic guild was turned to ashes. The fictional rich man who could do it all over again with the blonde woman, but unexpectedly she was chosen to join Grindelwald's plan. She pierced the flames, goes to the side of the dark witch, thoroughly become one of the members of the Sorcerer's Guild. He then waved his hand. This woman immediately disappeared. Facing a witch with such power, others can only teleport out of his range. Did they really escape? No way. Totally unexpected that scary flame has become a giant monster soaring in the air. If we let this monster go to slaughter humanity, then the consequences would be real. At a time of danger, the 300-year-old man came here in time. He took the rest of them with him, use all his strength, unleash a terrifying power that flares up everywhere. That moment flames surrounded the giant monster. Under its limited power the monster had finally completely disappeared. This battle can be said to be a heavy loss, and the Dark Witch also from this battle, found the body of the dark power and awakened the hidden power on him. This great magical war was later recorded in the history books of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. It became a classic battle in the wizarding world. What about the future? Let's wait for the next part. The movie ends here. Although the Dark Witch's behavior is too extreme, his prediction is really a warning to mankind. May our world always be at peace, unlike the prophecies of the Dark Witch. Thank you for watching.